Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so I put this little section on the bottom of your homework as a review from last year, but there were quite a few of you in class who said, oh my goodness, I don't remember how to do that. So let me put this up for you so that you can remember. Okay, so the fraction is pretty self-explanatory. A fraction is going to say the name. So if you have 7/10, the fraction is obviously just 7/10. But if you have a fraction in a decimal form, just read it out loud. Now, some of you have gotten the habit of saying 0.9. In order to write the fraction, you're going to have to know what that says. So you're going to say, that says 9/10. It says its name. So the decimal is the same thing right here, 7/10. Now, percent means per 100 or of 100. And the word of means times, always. So if I times this by 100, I'm going to move the decimal 2 places to the right. 7/10 would be 70%. Okay, 9/10, we already figured that was 9/10 times 100. Move the decimal 2 places to the right is 90%. Well, what if I give you the percent first? So what if I say 7%? Now write that as a decimal. Well, when we went this direction, we multiplied. If we're going back the other direction to write the decimal, we're going to divide by 100. It's 7/100 divided by 100. So 7/100 is 7/100. Now here's where things get tricky. You need that zero. That zero is totally necessary because it's pretty obvious that this and this are not the same thing. 7/10 is 70%. The other one is 7%. Okay, now say that out loud. 7/100. That writes your fraction. 7/100. Now, this one I love, 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 and it's super tricky. So this is 3/4%. This is an eensy-beensy number. 1% would be like a penny of a dollar. 3/4%. 3/4%. That means it's 3/4 divided by 100, right? Because we're going in this direction to get the decimal. Well, 3/4 times 1/100 gives me 3/400. Well, I got my fraction out of that, but I didn't get my decimal. Okay, so 3/4% gives me 3/400. How am I going to figure this out? Okay, I need to move my decimal 2 places to the right, but I can't because, I have to turn it into a decimal, but I don't have 100. Well, there's some things that I can do. The first thing is that this bar really does mean division. So if I say 3 divided by 400, I can add a decimal and some zeros, bring my decimal up. 3 isn't going to go into 30, isn't going to go into 300, but 400 is going to go into 3,000. Sorry about that long, drawn out. I'm actually doing it on a calculator. It's 0.75. So my decimal is 0.0075, which if I moved my decimal point 2 places to the right, I would get 0.75%, which is what we started with, only in decimal form. 2 6/10? Well, let's not write a fraction. Let's write a mixed number. 2 6/10, or 2 3/5. Remember, you have to reduce. Now, if you want to turn it into an improper fraction, it's 13/5. All right. Once again, let's use that division technique. Let's divide by the bottom number. The bottom number always goes on the outside. 5 into 13. Might have to add some zeros here too. 5 goes into 13 twice. 10, 30, boom, right there. 5 goes into 30, 2.6. So my decimal is 2.6, but I could have seen it right here. That was part of the question, but I wanted to show you how you could get to that. Now, percent, now we're more than 1. Over 2, 1, 2, 260%. Okay, so let's turn 7/10 into a decimal. 0.7 into a percent, 70%. But we're doing the same columns down. See if you can go through these now on your own and get the other two forms. I'll go pretty slow so you can see these. And go back and check your answers on the top. If you have any questions about that, please let me know. And I will see you after you have a phenomenal 8th grade retreat.